What's up everyone and welcome to another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle. I had this battle with a person on my stream named Jake just the other day, and this is a really good battle. Figured I'd share with you guys. So let's take a look at the teams. I've got Hitmonlee, Ampharos, Durant, Expel, Jellicent, and Tangrowth, as my opponent has Charizard, Garchomp, Ambipom, Supply, Crocodile, and Fortress. So looking at his teams, I'm pretty sure the lead's going to end up being Fortress. Fortress is always going to be your typical like sturdy Stealth Rock lead. Just to be able to get an easy layer of spikes or stealth rocks down, then he'll probably have spikes and toxic spikes and all that good handy stuff. So my lead here is going to end up being Hitmonlee, because Hitmonlee carries the Fake Out, Unburden with the normal gem and Blaze Kick. So I know I can break his sturdy and then Blaze Kick him to avoid any of that nasty hazard. So he predicts this turn 1, which is pretty obvious, and brings in his Ghost, which is Supply. I kind of figured that was going to happen, but I didn't want to risk it. Maybe he didn't see like a Blaze Kick coming after that. So I'm going to switch out because Supply is probably going to go for that Prankster Will-O-Wisp. I'm really not concerned about that on Subwoofer. So I just switch into Exploud. He's going to go ahead and use that Will-O-Wisp like I predicted he would. It's going to mean basically nothing to Subwoofer. He's really bulky already, so a little bit of burn damage isn't going to mess with him too much. Now this time he goes for Taunt. I was kind of confused about why he did that. I wasn't sure what the point was, so I'm just going to go for the Choice Specs Boom Burst. It's absolutely going to annihilate thanks to Scrappy. That Ghost typing means nothing. So Supply goes down, and that is the first death. So now he's going to bring in Crocodile. Crocodile doesn't carry Intimidate, so it's obviously a Moxie set. I was fairly certain he was going to go for like an Earthquake here. Now, I thought Subwoofer could probably live that badly, but I decided I could save him for later, and I brought in Ramen knowing I could take an Earthquake all day long, so he does just go straight for that. Does basically nothing to me. Now after the switch, he's going to go ahead and go for Fire Fang, which is fair enough. You don't see the Fangs a whole lot on Crocodile, but they do work obviously. I went for Leech Seed, was debating to go for Giga Drain, but I really thought he was going to switch out, so I figured Leech Seed would be the better option there. So at this point now, he knows he's not really going to he's not really going to do a whole lot after the Leech Seed recovery every turn. So at this point, he's going to switch out. Kind of predicted that, but I didn't want to go for knockoff because I kind of figured Charizard was going to come in and Charizard was going to be Mega. So instead, I just went straight for Giga Drain. Obviously, that hits Charizard for absolutely no damage at all. Which is okay. I mean, obviously, Ramen's not going to be able to dent Charizard very well no matter what I do. So at this point, I'm going to switch out. I wasn't sure what Charizard Mega it would be. Obviously, most of them are Mega, so he does end up being Y, which is good. I did bring in the right counter here. Charizard Y is always going to be that special attacker, and Jellicent is a complete special wall, so I know that I can handle most anything it throws at me, aside from maybe the Drought Solar Beam. But he doesn't go for that. He doesn't even go for Flamethrower. He goes for Air Slash, which is fair enough. I mean, both super effective against Ramen, both stab, and ends up doing more damage to Jellicent than Flamethrower would on the switch in, so pretty good call there. I just went straight for Scald here. I knew that the Sun was going to limit the damage, but I thought maybe I could still pressure him a little bit. He switches into Crocodile again. That's kind of interesting, I guess, for the crunch more than anything. So I hit him with Scald, but it doesn't do a lot thanks to the Sun out, and I don't end up getting that burn. And that would have been really, really nice on Crocodile to really limit his ability to do damage, but that's how it goes sometimes. So I am going to switch out here. I was predicting a crunch or a foul play or something like that, so instead of switching into Ramen, I brought in Hitmonlee here again. He's going to go straight for that crunch. It does a sizable amount of damage considering the resistance, but I do handle that pretty well. Now, he's lost his Ghost, his only resistance to Fake Out, so I know that I can go ahead and get that Unburden going with the Fake Out and the normal gem there. So now I'm at double my speed. I'm really, really fast. I just went for Blaze Kick here, assuming maybe he was going to switch into Fortress for some reason. But fair enough, he does just decide to stay in and take it, which is okay. I don't really care either way. So now at this point, he brings in Garchomp. Garchomp's going to be his best switch in because he's basically the only thing left I can't one-hit with some move. I can Blaze Kick Fortress, I can Rock Slide Charizard, and I can obviously hit Ambipom with a fighting attack. So I do about 75%, which is good, and with that -2 defense, thanks to the close combat and the loss of defense from Crunch, I am going to go down fairly easily there. So that's alright. Hitmonlee did his job there, really getting down to Pokemon. So I bring back in Tang here. I know Tangrowth can take anything this thing throws at me. The only thing Garchomp ever kind of hits me with that hurts is going to be Fire Blast, but that's a very rare occasion. So Now at this point, I'm just going to fire off Leech Seed. I kind of figured Fortress was coming in, but I didn't really know the best option for that. Considering he had Sturdy, he was probably going to get anything off anyway, unless I could one hit him with like Mold Breaker or Mega Amp. But I just set up the Leech Seed just to get the Sturdy broken, and now I'm going to switch into Subwoofer here, because I know I can kind of pressure him out. Well, he can't do much damage now. In this instance, I do carry Flamethrower, but I am Choice Spec'd, and I didn't want to risk him switching in, predicting a Flamethrower, and taking it really well on either Garchomp or Charizard. That would have been pretty bad. So instead of that, I just figured Fortress is more of a physical wall, not as much of a special wall, so I figured maybe Boom Burst could kill. I thought he might live badly, and it turns out, yeah, he does live with a little bit of HP there and gets a free layer of spikes up, which is kind of unfortunate, but I'm not too worried about that. It's kind of late in the game at this point, so they're not going to be able to wear me down as much as they normally would. So again, I'm just going to stay in. I'm going to go straight for Boom Burst here. I was really hoping he'd decide to switch out for some odd reason, but obviously that'd be a terrible idea, and you can't switch much into a Choice Specs Boom Burst. It has to be really resistant to it or a really good special wall. Otherwise, you're kind of going to get annihilated, and everything else on his team would get one shot by it at this point. So he's got 3 left, I got 5. I'm in a good position at this point. He brings an Ambipom, which I really thought Ambipom was going to go for Fake Out just to get some burn damage, but he goes for Low Sweep. I was like, I'm pretty sure I can live that. It does a lot, but it was a crit there. So Subwoofer does live with very low health, and Boom Burst is absolutely going to destroy Ambipom unless it's Focus Sash, and it's not. So Ambipom goes down. So Expel doing crazy work there, getting 3 kills, including one-shotting a Ghost and one-shotting Ambipom with that Choice Spec Boom Burst. Really powerful attack. So still in a great situation. He obviously, that was a double down. So at this point, I figured I'd bring in my my Ampharos here, because I can hit both Pokemon left on his side of the field with super effective damage. Now, at this point, I really thought he was going to not like this matchup, and he was going to switch into Garchomp. So I get a little bit of entry hazard here, but like I said, I predicted him to switch into Garchomp, thinking he was in a bad matchup here, because I resisted both his attacks and his stab attacks as Mega. But unfortunately, he carries Dragon Pulse. So he's going to go ahead and fire that off. That was really a bad call. I should have just stayed in and went for Thunderbolt. But I live it very badly. But unfortunately, predicting that switch into Garchomp, I did go for Dragon Pulse instead of Thunderbolt. So that's not going to kill Charizard. He went for Flamethrower. I thought maybe I'd live it badly. But thanks to the sun being out, that's definitely going to take me out. So I made a misplay there. I could have gotten Charizard easily, but oh well. So I'm going to bring in Pringles here. That's my Jellicent again, because I know, again, I can resist basically everything he throws at me. But as it turns out, as I kind of thought it would, this guy is carrying the Solar Beam. Really good combo with the Drought setup there. So I was really worried about this, but it's not Stab, and I am a really good Special Wall, so I thought maybe I'd live it badly, and I do. So I was like, yes. And I'm just going to go ahead for recovery here. This was really good. He's doing about half. I'm going to recover about half, so I figured maybe I could stall out with just recover here and get that sun to go away, so he could no longer use that Solar Beam on me. So yet again, he goes for that Solar Beam completely fine. I knew I could live that, and he fires that up. But unfortunately, this time RNG decides to hate me, and he does get a crit, which definitely mattered. It would have taken me right back down to like 10 HP or so. So Jellicent goes down. At this point, I'm pretty sure I'm in a bad situation. I have to bring in Durant. Durant's a Hustle set. So I don't want to go for Rock Slide. That's never going to hit. So my best option is to go for Iron Head and hope it kills off the resistance. And thanks to that Hustle boost and Durant's crazy attack already, it barely takes out that Charizard there. So Charizard goes down. And at this point, pretty sure I have it. That was a scary spot there, but Durant got me out of it, thankfully. And he does bring in Garchomp. Garchomp's at pretty low health. I know I outspeed this as well. And even if I can't kill it, Ramen will for me. But I do get the second hit, so Hustle playing my way there, and I do take out the Garchomp as well. And that is the end of the battle, guys. A close 2-0, but it was honestly closer than that. If I had missed Iron Head on Charizard, he definitely would have destroyed me with Flamethrower or something. So anyway, thanks you guys for taking the time out of your day for watching my battle. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed the content, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe as well. And you can also